Well, uh, Brooke, I'm on here, but I really have no way of letting you know because I'm using my phone right now to play one of my Avakin accounts. Uh, oh, there you are. Um, Hang on, let me take a drink of my Harry Potter potion. It's just coffee. Cappuccino, French vanilla. Uh, I'm okay. It's French vanilla, caramel, cinnamon, and honey. And the honey is a vanilla bean. It's got a vanilla bean. It's real pretty. I'm going to keep the jar when it's empty, but I have to stir it up each time, because the particles of the honey settle. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing okay. Chris is doing okay. As you know, you guys have been talking more than we have right now. Yeah, this is for a left-hander. I'm guessing, but I don't mind because Chris knows how much I love Harry Potter. It says it on the back. So I was lucky to get it because these probably would go fast. Now, would I like to have a similar Harry Potter mug? It doesn't have to be Hedwig. It can be one of the characters from the movie that I liked. Hermione, Harry, Ron, as long as it's one of the good guys, that plays the good guys. But um, I probably could find something similar, but because it's Harry Potter, I have no idea how much it might cost. Oh, great. You enjoying your little swim there, you little bastard? Fucking roach. Can't even drink a cup of coffee without a damn roach falling in it. Um, yeah, my hair's a mess. Uh, I was gonna do laundry today, but then I thought, you know what? There's probably a lot of people doing laundry because it's Sunday. So hopefully I'll finally get it done tomorrow. I'm just gonna have to, as soon as I get up, I'm gonna have to start doing it, right away, or give myself time to wake up. But uh, and I've been doing my Slim Fast shakes. Uh, well, at first I started out doing them 2 times a day. Then I switched to uh, 3 a day because I was getting hungry. Um, so if I start getting hungry, and it's only been like 3 hours or something, or I try to wait till 4 hours before, in between each shake. Um, and then, one sensible meal during the day, and, the pounds start falling off, supposedly. Have I lost any? I really don't know. I think it's too soon to tell because I've only been doing the shakes a couple weeks. I try to, stretch them out too. I try to, that's why I was just doing 2 a day. And now if I'm going to be doing 3 a day, which funny enough, the way they come in the box, like the Slim Fast, it comes in their levels of 2, all the way up to 24 of them or something like that, I think, or I think it was an 8-pack or 10-pack, something like that. But the other batch that I got from Sam's Club yesterday, that has 24 and it has 3 bottles in each layer. Um, and, I have this liquid caramel flavoring that you can put in, like a hot drink, like coffee or something like that, which that's probably the only hot beverage I would put it in. I can't see putting caramel in tea, unless the tea is caramel based, like if it's caramel apple or something like that. And I wanted a little bit more of a caramel flavor. I might put a little dip in there, but not much. However, I do have something interesting to show you. I think you'll like it. It's cute as heck. And of course, I had to name it Rocket. Um, See this guy? That, my dear, is a Bluetooth speaker. No joke. My friend or Maria, she got it for me. She got herself one because she's had, yeah, it's pretty cool. If I turned it on right now during the live stream, it would probably magnify my voice, and I don't want feedback or anything from it. But right now on my phone, I'm working one of my Avacon accounts. Ooh, put that there. It's a lot easier. Yeah, and Chris helped me sync the Bluetooth speaker to my Chromebook yesterday. So anything I play, it'll be magnified in that speaker. Speaking of which, give me a minute. I want to do something here. That didn't work. Let's see. I was going to try to bring up, some of my meditative music that I usually put on here. Or I used to, for a while there. But yeah, they had a couple different dogs as far as the Bluetooth speakers. This particular model has 2 speakers. It has one on his chest right here, and then one on his stomach down here. And it's got, it's probably not top of the line, highest quality sound or anything, but it does the job, I can't complain. And I have a collar on it that has some stuff on it that, like, none of them are vessels. One is the sun, one is a pentacle that used to be a bracelet, and then a Capricorn symbol. Rocket, when he was alive, he had a collar, and the collar had a bunch of symbols on it, a bunch of different things on it. So his spirit was talking to me one day recently, and he said, I miss my collar. I miss all the little things on my collar. I thought, well, you know what? I don't wear my collar, so I'll go ahead and put it on here for him. So that's what I did. I put it on here for him. And when I look at it, I think of him. He's my buddy and always has been. And I'm glad that his spirit stayed with me even after he died. But there's nothing really much been going on around here other than stuff that Chris has already, I think, updated you on. My carpal tunnel's bothering me again. My hand's going numb, so I'm trying to wake it back up. But I got kind of an unexpected surprise fairly recently. Because one, I never thought I would see the day that she would part with any of hers, let alone give them to me. But this little lovely, this part of it's rubber, that part of it's glass, and it's one of those, when you hit it, you have to lift the glass up. Once it's lit real good, you got to lift the glass up, and then you hit it. This one is like a purple, blue, and gray. And I try to keep it wedged under Rocket. This one is all glass. It's never been used. I haven't used it yet, but it's got some little characters on it. And this one I have used. But this is more, your typical, it's purple, it's glass. The thingy, the carb is back here, and, here's your bowl for your tobacco or pagan mix, whatever you're smoking. And I put some liquid down on the bottom, because when you put liquid in it, like, you could do water. Some people do wine. Some people do pop. I did pop, I think. It helps the hit to be smoother, because, it's one of those, when you light it and inhale, you hear the water bubbling. That means that you're inhaling it, well. But this one I keep right under the unicorn lamp you got me. So it looks like he's, enjoying a, whatever, I don't know, whatever unicorns would indulge in such a thing. Which in any known universe or even unknown ones, I don't know of any that have. Oh, and another thing about the Bluetooth speaker that's cool, it's a radio. Straight up. It's literally a radio. I could turn it on right now and I could get a radio station. Hey, maybe that's an idea. Well, we'll see. But yeah, it's a radio. It's the Bluetooth speaker, and it actually has a little plug-in spot in the back where you can plug in headphones. But it's one of the ones. It's like a circular plug, I think, or something. So
not headphones, dear.
Not headphones. Well, what then?
Things that don't have Bluetooth.
Is that spot for a mic or something? I think it might be for a mic. The one I'm talking about on the back.
Like the old MP3 player?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That you plug headphones into?
Yeah.
You can plug a cord in one end of that and then plug it into that and play the music through it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if I have one of those.
I do. I got two.
Hey, Char. What's up, sweetie? I'm glad you caught me. I'm sorry I haven't been on in so long. Brooke here, she inspired me to do a live stream, and I knew she was missing me. So, but yeah, if you want to know what we're talking about, you can always play it back. I might turn the radio part of it on right now just to see if it'll play some music that, we like and see what kind of a station I can get to come in. I have a Bluetooth speaker, Char, that literally looks like a dog. It's I'm gonna have to grab him here because otherwise you're not gonna be able to see him. See? This is a Bluetooth speaker. No joke. Looks just like a German Shepherd. Has all of his buttons and stuff in the back. And check this out. When you turn it on, it actually barks. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, let's see. Okay. See if I can get a station to come in.
By you, Power 107.5, 106.3.
Not bad. So yeah, it's a kind of a cute little device. I really love it.
I can't lie, I wanted you the first time that I saw you. Tried to diss me till you realize I'm someone you can talk to. You got her over and over, tell me what has it taught you. Soon as you fell for me, though, I had caught you. Jackson's let them on you. You know day one was best for them.
Oh, here I'm gonna have to grab this because otherwise I won't be able to type. Ugh. What are you doing?
That's done.
Oh, okay.
Pretty solid.
Oh, we're doing okay, Char. How you doing? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, honey. Sorry that you had yet another loss. I hope you guys don't mind the music. It's just a station that happened to come in halfway decent, so I figured why not. And I'm versatile anyway. I like different styles of music. Country is probably the least favorite. I don't know. I guess some songs I can relate to, but others I really can't. So yeah. So not only is Rocket a Bluetooth speaker, but he's also a radio. I thought that's pretty cool. And I can tell you how much these things cost, but they're not cheap by no means. Let's see. I believe it was like $80. Yeah. And she bought two of them. So basically around about 180 and stuff is what she paid because hers looks identical to mine because Maria had dogs herself in her past. And, she honors their memory by having the same kind of speaker. Now they had a Dalmatian, which would have been cool, And they also had this little, it's got to be some kind of a bulldog, because I don't think its face was flat, but he was small. He wasn't very big. And they had him in red, white, and black. And I would love to have gotten a color of each, because you don't have to set them all up, at one time. You could use some, somewhere else. Which of the stuff you just did turn out good?
Right. Gentlemen.
Ow, itchy nose. But yeah, last we knew, they only had one of the Dalmatians left. Never did get it. And they only had the little dog, the little bulldog looking critter. I think they only had him in like one color or something like that. So apparently some people came along and, they did sell out of them. We literally got the last two German Shepherd Bluetooth speakers they had. And I was like, wow, tell me that wasn't fate that said, okay, they're here. Make sure they buy them. So spirits. Hang on. I'm just curious. What other kind of stations? Move this stuff so I can set my doggy. I have a real dog, the German Shepherd Husky mix, 7 months, almost 8. Cute. I just try to make sure I have Rocket up here secure. Wow, you actually have a German Shepherd. Cool. The very first time I saw Rocket, he was a baby. The lady that I knew had him. And, I believe you can turn the head, but I've never tried it. Because you can tell that it looks like it's made for that. So, but anyway, Char, sorry for your loss, honey. I still have, there's a lot going on as usual. Some good, some bad, of course. My aunt right now is probably wishing that I would come and visit her, because she's like literally, she's over there by herself and nobody's helping her other than her one neighbor, Ernie, who, sometimes will check on her and stuff, and he drives Coda Bus. So he's, he works, like odd schedules, I guess, sometimes. Because, sometimes with a Coda Bus job, just like many others, somebody maybe won't show up or something for a shift. So you got to find someone to cover that shift. Live stream, you probably see her own daughter's trying to kill her. And she proceeds to start dragging Carol around different nowhere, left her in the middle of fucking nowhere. She able to summon help. She summoned, but as if it ain't bad enough that Kay is trying to kill her, but she's robbed the poor woman blind, and this is her mother. She's robbed her blind. Kay is his, the Fruit Loop and the cornflakes. She's loco like I've never seen before. She's psychotic. She's dangerous, and she is a slut bitch hoe. She will sleep with anybody. She will do, she likes rubbing herself all over people and this, that, and the other. And she's fat-chested. She has no looks whatsoever. And the bitch is crazy. So we fear for Carol's safety, of course, but there's only so much even we can do, because gas prices are really high right now. So it's really difficult for us to even keep gas in the car. We have to stretch that gas once we do get it in the car so that we have enough for like appointments and stuff like that, because there's some weeks when there's so many appointments going on, it's like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, for instance, 5 just last week. And, of course, Chris was in the hospital recently because he had such a bad coughing fit one night that he popped a rib loose from the connective tissue that helps hold them together and stuff. And he went to the emergency room. So I went with him, and when they finally got around to seeing him and whatnot, they noticed that there was some type of something or other that was elevated in his system. And because he has a heart condition, they wanted him to stay overnight. Well, he wasn't having none of that. So he said, no, I will follow up with my doctor. I'm supposed to see him in a few days anyway, but I would rather go home. So he was able to come home, but, we had to sit up there for like 4 hours. And it was horrible. Yeah, it's still there, like bits and pieces, like there's some blue and whatnot, but I've been trying to give my hair a break because I dyed it so much. I was literally combing gobs of hair out at a time because of the chemicals in the hair dye. And I still have some of the blue envy, but I've just been trying to do just a little bit, like on the sides, maybe the bangs, and then on the sides over here. But I haven't done it here recently because, for one, you're supposed to put it on your hair dry. And then they say you can leave it on for about 30 minutes. But because my hair's so long and everything, I always give it an hour. And, because I want to make sure that the color, it penetrates as much of the hair follicles as it can. So I got as much of the pretty color as I can. But I don't want all my hair to fall out. I mean, when you dye your hair that many consecutive times like I did, and you don't give it a break in between, you're sapping all the moisture out of your hair. You're sapping all the oils out of your hair. And if you don't use like special conditioners and this and that, your hair will literally feel like straw. And it will dry it out to the point that you might as well shave your head bald and just wear wigs and be done with it. I don't really want to do that. Because, of course, the hair is going to grow back. And that's all well and fine and good. But I don't want to go through the process of how long it would take to grow it back. So I just stick with, like, once in a great while, I'll trim the dead ends, so that it's still kind of healthy. But yeah, and I do have my wigs. So if I really got a hankering to put some color on my hair and don't want to damage my hair by using hair dye, then I could just plop on one of my wigs. Which today, the only wig that I would be the top of my list to wear would be my blonde wig, which has bangs and it's about yay short. It used to be one that was really, really long, but I chopped the hell out of it and cut a lot of the length off because Naomi got it for me, and I didn't want one looking identical to the one she had. So I just cut mine and shortened it to more like the length I would keep my hair. Like, I've had my hair shoulder length many times. Because it's a comfortable length for me. Because when it starts getting long like this, it becomes more difficult to keep it maintained, keep it clean, keep it brushed, keep tangles out of it. Let me move this up so I can read it. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, hun. It'll destroy your hair. You got to give it breaks. What? I thought you already did.
I told Brooke. I didn't tell her.
Yeah, I was just doing that. I thought, or I was getting ready to. So after, the whole incident with the emergency room, Chris, went and saw his doctor and everything, and they did an exploratory surgery to make sure that things were in fact okay and that nothing had gotten worse or anything like that. So he was in and out within a few hours, and he was able to come home and all that. Um, but it was still considered a surgery because they went through his wrist. Because they either go through the wrist or they go through the groin, and his doctor decided he prefers to go through the wrist. So he went through the wrist. And, for like a few days and whatnot, Chris couldn't even use his wrist because when they go through the wrist, they end up cutting into an artery or whatever. So they have to do something to keep the patient from bleeding out. So they had to put like a pressure cuff on his wrist, and then slowly over, I don't know how long of a span of time, every few minutes or so, one of the nurses would come in and they would drain the air out of it or whatever, I guess, until it got down to where there was hardly anything left. And it's like, okay, it should be fine now. So, he came home and he had his Band-Aid on for a couple days to remind him to not use his wrist too much. And they were even saying, not to, he couldn't lift more than 5 pounds or anything either. So he was trying to be careful. See, I hate when I have these freaking straggly hairs like this that just do weird crap. But anyway, so there was that. And then there's the thing with Carol, and we're trying to get, we're going to get some of the senior options people re-involved. Excuse me. And the allergens have been like freaking stupid. And I've been having freaking sneezing fits here lately, and we won't get paid until Tuesday. Because I don't do net spend anymore. I end up going through a different one that we thought more highly of and we thought was more worth our time. And there's no fees and stuff like that. But because of that, of course, I sacrificed being able to get my check 5 days before everybody else. Now I only get it 2 days before everybody else. Those that get theirs on the 1st anyway, on the 1st of the month. But as far as my mom, doing okay. She's, there we go. At least I can kind of pin it out of my way a little bit on the one side. But my bangs are so long, like they're all the way down to here. I never usually let my bangs get that long. And thank you, Brooke. My sinuses have been a freaking mess. And we've only got like one allergy pill left. So I just haven't taken it yet. And I guess I've been trying to hold off as long as I possibly can, because the soonest that I'll have any money is, like I said, it's probably going to be Tuesday. But man, I am not looking forward to that day, because that day is going to just be nuts. Paydays usually are. And thank you both for blessing me. And because there's a lot of running involved on check day, I have to, I have to keep my cool. I have to keep it together because there is a lot that goes on. We usually have to fill the gas tank with, however much it takes to fill it. And if we're lucky, which sometimes we do get lucky, and we'll find a place that the gas is lower and we can still fill the tank for $20. But, the gas prices around here fluctuating still between 3 and 4 something. Ridiculous, just outrageous. And so because of that, we have to limit how much we drive, how often, because I would rather there be enough gas in there for like appointments and stuff when they come up, doctor appointments. Somebody needs to go to the hospital, or something like that. I can go over and see my mom. And, during the times when I can do it, go see my aunt. And I feel bad that I haven't been able to get up there to see her, because for a while there I wasn't talking to her at all. And then she kind of pulled a disappearing act on us, and that was during the time when Kay pulled her little stunt and was dragging her all over the place and making death threats, and literally left her in the middle of nowhere and just drove off. Okay, this nothing's happening at this, so let me go ahead and get out of this shift. It's ridiculous. See, this is my Avakin game. You guys probably remember. See the guy with the yellow shirt? That's me. I'm going to go back to my apartments and just take care of my animals. be done with it. Which I got to find somewhere to put my cat Stinker so I can keep him in the game. I actually had a cat years ago that was similar in color to the Petkin that I have. I've got a couple of fairies, which of course the fairies are going to be the hardest to see because they're tiny. Meep, meep. Look out, Daddy's meat meeping.
Hey, Brooke, if you do come by in March, I'm going to do a little more actual cooking this time. I didn't do that much last time you were here.
Speaking of which, Brooke, my darling, before I forget, we talked to Michael recently. Are you talking to him on the phone right now? Because I know sometimes you are. And he came up with a good idea. Hang on, let me see. I think I need to go. Okay. My fairy Ruby is okay. Yes, I have a fairy named Ruby. Outside I got my little bunny rabbit. I got a little black bunny rabbit. She's real cute. I named her Nixwana. It's kind of a name that I came up with for Harry Potter, of course. Oh, in 20 some odd seconds I get to feed her. Oh, yay. But all her other levels are up. See this, when your levels are in the green, right over here on this end, when the levels are in the green, that's when your pets are the happiest. And if you can keep them in the green, all the better. Now, why is that flashing? That was bizarre. You guys seeing that, or is that just me? That is freaky. I don't know why that's doing that, because when I put the phone around this way, it ain't doing it. Anyway. Okay. So my bunny rabbit's happy. Let's see. What do I want to do? Wait, I think I have. Do I have one inside? Anyway.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
I've been looking for a way, Brooke, to, as you know, for some time now, to make money. Oh yeah, yep, I got my pink fairy in this room. Okay, good. Her levels are all up, so she's good. No, I don't want to view it in the shop. Dadgummit. I hate when I do that. Okay, what room do I want to go in? Hang on, guys. Let me figure out what room I want to go in here. Because I almost never sit in my living room in this one. Anyway, Michael thought it might be at least something we should try. And I know that there's a lot involved that you and I would have to talk about, Brooke, but what about you and I becoming partners with your wax melt business thing, to where I could be your American supplier, for here in the States, which, I could, I don't know, help with shipping, help whatever way you need me to help, and stuff that you can send here or however we decide to do it. But I would need to get paid under the table, because if I get paid any other way, SSI will take it. And I can't afford to lose even a single dollar. You know what I mean? So I thought, okay, Michael, it's a pretty plausible idea. I'll mention it to her the next time I talk to her. But like I said, I don't know like what all is involved, what all we would have to do, what all we would have to talk about, or anything like that, honey. So that's something that we will definitely save for like a phone call, because doing it on a live stream, you got to be careful, because there's particulars that, even though these are all subs that are watching it, I feel more safe and secure talking about things over the phone. But if we could do something like that, it's worth a try. Especially if it can help you in a significant way, take some of the stress off of you. And, it would give me some money to put back, or, save up for a rainy day, or whatever the case. And
get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Hang on, let me fix my thing. But because Michael, he asked me if I would be willing, and this is why I was asking if you were on the phone with them, because I don't want to say something that's going to, cause him to get upset, or he's going to take wrong or whatever, because I never know anymore. I guess a lot of it depends on what type of a day he's having, what type of a mood he's in, or what have you. But he asked me if I would be willing to like save back $50 a month towards, the to help you to get here in March. Okay, good. But he didn't just ask me. He asked Chris. He asked Maria. And of course, none of us can do it. And he's like, that way she wouldn't have to pay the whole thing, to come over here. And of course, I don't want you to have to pay the whole thing, honey, but he's being unrealistic. And if I could do it, I would do it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't question it. But that's another reason to get that extra money coming in, if at all possible, because then maybe we could help with something like that, because I don't want you to have to pay it all. That was tough enough on you the first time you were here, But again, it's one of those, don't discuss it with Michael, because I don't want him to get upset. I'm not trying to cause a problem, but I don't like that he's keeping this stuff from you, because to me, that's dishonest. We're all struggling. I don't have a business at all right now. At least you have something. I don't, and it's hard to find something that you can do that you get paid under the table. You get paid cash. So there's no paperwork. There's nothing saying that, I'm an employee of such and such a place or whatever it is, because that's when SSI would swoop in and they would find out, oh, you're making money. Okay, well, give it to us. And then there goes my check. I don't want to go through it. I know. And I agree, honey. That's why I said I don't know what to do with that boy. I'll tell you, he's being unrealistic about stuff, and he's not seeing it from all sides. So we waited until after we were off the phone with him. And Maria, she looked at me and she looked at Chris, and they had both looked at me and said, we can't do that. I said, I know. And I said, don't even worry about it. I just didn't want to cause any friction by saying something while he was on the phone. Oh, sorry, Michael, we can't do that. But that doesn't mean that we can't keep doing some money drawing spells. That doesn't mean that we can't, get a little magical assist, so we can. But the main thing is bringing in that extra money and being able to get paid cash. So I don't even know how to do all that, how to make that happen. We're still hoping to possibly get this one cleaning job that me, Chris, and Maria have all three agreed to do. And if Jim can get the money for us that he's trying to get, then you're talking $1,666 a piece for all three of us. Like, we would each get that amount individually, because he's trying for $5,000. Because there's a house next to my mom, which I don't know if we talked about that at all when you was here or not, Brooke. But I absolutely love the house. I've been inside of it twice. Found some really cool stuff. Was able to grab some candles that were just sitting there collecting dust, not being used. Because, it's nice to have candles if you can store up on them a bit. Because we're always needing candles for stuff. We found some tea lights. Maria, she divided all those up between us, between her and I, because we go through a lot of candles. So if we get this cleaning job, and that place, it definitely needs it. It's been sitting abandoned for 5 years. The lady that owns it is up for sale. Excuse me, she is willing to sell it. But last I knew, she's wanting $167,000 or something for it right now. And as you know, that is not exactly easy to accumulate. But if we get the cleaning job, $1,600 is nothing to sneeze at. Oh, that ain't nothing. Well, it would be significant for me, definitely, because my plan is when that happens is to put 400, no more than 400 in my savings account, which may be closed now because I took the last of the amount that I had in my savings, which was like $180, because we needed it to live on. We needed it to put gas in the car. We needed it to get household items when the money ran out. And, now that we're back to helping Carol again and all that, then there's that additional money that's going out to keep gas in the car, to keep everybody fed. And yesterday was Chris's birthday. He's I keep forgetting. I keep wanting to say 57, but I think he's 58. I don't know, something like that. But we also, Jim was, and I appreciate this. He said, don't give up just yet. There may be a chance that you could still get that house, but it would be more work than any of us would be willing to do, than any of us would be capable of doing. And it would take a lot of money just to clean it and to get stuff, replaced, because it definitely needs, some significant work done. But sadly, and this apparently was her own relatives that was doing this crap, her own family members. The lady that owned it, her name's Miss Breckenridge, Carol Breckenridge, and she's in an old folks home. She's probably never going to be able to live outside of one again because she lost it. She went nuts when her husband died. She couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle being without him. And she lost it. But even if it would just, there's still the possibility of the doing the cleaning and getting paid that amount of money. I would put $400 in my savings, and the rest of it I would just keep, like probably get a lockbox or something and, lock it up, put it away, and only use it when I absolutely need it. And then that would give us something significant to live on for the month. But it's another one of those, if paperwork is involved or we need to, sign some kind of contract or what have you, then that's going to be difficult, because that means there's a possibility SSI could trace it, and then they're going to yank my check. And I don't want to even think about the hell that I would have to go through to try and get SSI back, because I probably wouldn't. But that house, there's too much that needs to be done, too much that needs to be replaced. And I mean, those places in the neighborhood that my mom's in right now, those places are going for $1,400 a month in just rent. So even putting all three of our incomes together, me, Chris, and Maria, it's like we would still be scraping by. So that's not a very unrealistic, do we really want the headache? No. Would I love to have the house? Sure. If the money was there to maintain it and to get it, a lot more safer to live in again. I'm telling you what, girls, the downstairs, the basement has multiple rooms in it. No kidding. There's like all these different sections that it's like, wow. There's a nice laundry room down there. The husband used to he had a recording studio down there. So, there's still some equipment, and stuff sitting down there. I don't even know if any of it works or not, because if it's been sitting for 5 years, I don't know. But both ashes of her dogs in their little urns or whatever, because she put the collar around each container. She's got them on a shelf in the front room, and I would hate for her to lose those. So if somebody does buy the place, if I ask for nothing else, I would ask Jim, it's like, bring me the ashes of this lady's dogs, so that I can either bury them myself somewhere and so they could be at peace, because I don't know that I would be able to get a hold of the lady that the dogs were hers, Carol Breckenridge. But I would hate for her to lose them, because if that was my animal and its ashes were still in a house that I no longer could get in, I would be devastated. I struggle with the fact of, Moochie being buried in the backyard of the old place, I just hope she never gets dug up. I hope they don't mess with the yard or do anything that will ever disturb her remains. But if we do a good job cleaning the house, if we get the cleaning job of that place, especially if somebody suddenly does decide to sign up to buy it, then, maybe that will open a door for other people to say, hey, they did a really good job on this place, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll start getting, a lot of other job offers. But again, what to do with the money and why it's essential to just get paid cash, or what we Americans call paid under the table. Getting the yuck off my teeth. It's not worth losing my check over, and I'm getting more and more discouraged with the whole rural development because I just don't see that happening. We've been trying for 3 years, and I can only speak for myself when I say this, but I'm done trying, and I really have no reason to hope that we're ever going to get it. It's taking too long, and I don't have it in me to have the hope that we're still going to get it. Back when Kay pulled her little stunt a couple weeks ago, we did get the cops involved. We did let some of the neighbors know that if Kay ever shows up there, call the police, because Carol does not want her there. Yet Carol still lets her in the house. Carol still is unwise about getting in the car with her. I know that Carol said that she needed some food in there, even though there's a crap ton of food, but a lot of it's just been sitting for so long because she can't. She's so weak and so ill anymore that she can't cook for herself anymore. Like if it's something simple like ramen packets or something like that, then that's not a big deal. That's fairly easy to do, but you can't live on ramen packets. There's going to be times when you're going to want a full-blown, nice meal. And if there's no one there to make it for you, then you're screwed unless you get someone that could bring you some groceries in. So I can only hope that her friend Ernie has assessed the situation, knows what is going on, and, maybe he can bring her some stuff over there. Because she's still so changeable, see. Like 1 minute, like when this incident first happened with Kay, she was talking about giving me her house and actually putting it in the will, which we produced the will for her, but we've never sat down to go over it with her. And now the last time I was over there, she's saying she wants to sell it. So she's not in her right mind anymore. And she's too changeable. Like 1 minute she'll tell you can have something, and then when you take it and she suddenly realizes it's gone, she's like, where did that go? Where's my stuff? It's like her mind is seriously failing. She's just dwindling away. And Shayna, which is the daughter of one of Carol's daughters, my cousin, which I can't stand the bitch. Shayna, when she got married, her mom wouldn't even pay for her wedding dress, or didn't seem to want nothing to do with her or the guy she married. And the guy ended up hurting her. He ended up breaking it off after a short period of time. And I didn't see it right to start asking a bunch of questions, because that's personal stuff. That's Shayna's business. Just because she's family doesn't mean that she needs to be telling everybody, But apparently he got bored with her. He didn't want to be married to her anymore, and he just left her hanging, which I think is pretty messed up. But again, even if she did give me the house, I don't know that it would be plausible to keep it. Yeah, because like for instance, Carol's mind is so failing that one day me and Maria was over there recently, a couple weeks ago, and we were all hungry, didn't really have a whole lot of money, and whatever. So Maria went in, found some sausages, cooked them up, cut them up, you know, and also there was some hot dogs that I broke up one day and put in a bowl for Buddy, for food because I didn't know that she still had some of the soft pouches for him. Well, recently she talked to my mom, and suddenly now she can't seem to remember what happened to those two items. Well, I had some hot dogs and some sausages down there, and they're gone. I don't know what happened to them. So I didn't even say anything because I didn't want her to go off on me because she gave us the right to cook the stuff. I think she even maybe ate one of the sausages herself, or I don't even remember, but there's so much food that she has there right now that's just going bad, that needs to be thrown out. Her freezer in the bottom of the fridge needs defrost so badly that everything in there has a serious layer of ice on it. So how much of that food is even savable? I mean, like there's meat in there that probably should be thrown out because it looks black and it's still sealed in, the packaging or whatever, but you can tell that, yeah, that stuff's not any good. So she can't make up her mind one minute from the next. She forgets things very, very easily. And it's just, I can't go through it again. I can't put myself through the degree of cleaning, running up and down stairs, keeping her fed, keeping the dishes done, keeping the dogs fed, letting the dogs out when they need to go potty, bringing her food up, helping her downstairs if she needs it, helping her in the bathroom. There's a lot of help that she needs that I just, it's not that I don't want to, I can't go through it again. So tomorrow, I definitely got to get on the horn and make some phone calls to senior options, talk to them, tell them, look, the situation is still going on. She has nobody right now except a handful of us that do try to go over there and just visit with her sometimes. We try to go over there. We take care of the dogs. But her house looks as bad as it did the first day I walked in the door back all last year, whenever it was that I tried to help her, and then she sent me away twice. Well, she got rid of that jerk. I call him Ahmed because he's a jerk. His name's Moyed, but none of us like that SOB. He robbed her blind too, and then when he got done with her, he just stopped coming over. I have the deadbolt key to both of her deadbolts on her front and back door. Trying to keep her safe, trying to keep Kay from getting in because Kay only has a key that unlocks the knob. So Carol asked me, and we have told her many times, keep the deadbolts on. Well, what if I need to get out? It's like, Carol, you just do that and it'll unlock it. Like, she doesn't even comprehend anymore how to unlock a damn door. And I can't believe after what Kay put her through that she even let that bitch back in the door for any reason. I cannot believe that. I can't, bless her. Yeah. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible to see. It's horrible to witness. She's so frail. She cries a lot. She's terrified staying there by herself. Many times she has offered to let me have the, which I'm pretty sure is the master bedroom upstairs. I call it the doll museum because there's so many dolls in there, collectibles and stuff like that. Well, I can see at least the sensibility but she would need help with that even. Going in there and cataloging all the collectibles, write down, like ID numbers and different things, take pictures, like get a whole catalog basically together of her stuff so that if anything comes up missing, then we can go back through and go, yep, this was here and we didn't take it, so where the hell did it go? She doesn't seem to realize the danger that she puts herself in every time she opens that door and lets Kay in the door. Because what is Kay going to do the next time? What if she succeeds, the next time? And I don't want to get that phone call saying my aunt's dead. That they found her body in the woods somewhere. And
in order to turn it out, sometimes you need to turn it off. All weekend on Columbus Alternative 105.7.
But her only hope right now is getting senior options re-involved, get her a case manager, let them assess what she needs help with. Me, I have no problem being her voice if she will allow me to do so, because she can't comprehend things mentally enough to do it herself. But we get the case manager over there and they see how serious the situation is, and hopefully they can put their own heads together and figure out what is the main thing that they need to work on right now. What is the top of the list? Well, obviously, in my opinion, it would be cleaning the place up, making it a safer environment for her to live in, for the dogs to be able to live in. Because her dog, Nora Lee, had 2 puppies. And, of course, Buddy's the father. But because Buddy is a mix that we don't know, like, what all he's got in him. He's part Chihuahua, part something else. I mean, he can be, I don't know, a little too physical at times. I mean, many times, like when I go over there to see and visit and stuff, I get dog scratches because his claws probably need trimmed. Both dogs need a bath. And I'm hoping that once we get these people involved, these senior options people and stuff, and Passport, they got this other thing called Passport, I guess, that you can do as well. Get out of my cup, you daggum bugs. Oh, crimey sakes. Okay, that's it. I'll be right back. Baby. It's the drawbacks of having an uncovered container here of any kind, whether it's got food in it, drink,
The fastest way to buy your next vehicle. Here you can shop your way, not the old way.
But I'm trying to snack kind of healthy. So I'm munching on these.
They're taking your money and your power and your arm and leg. Boost Mobile gives your
There's
power
tomatoes.
back with an unlimited plan for $25 a month on one of America's largest 5G networks. We can't give you back your arm and your leg because
Mozzarella cheese balls.
Surgeons, unless you're an iguana who can grow limbs back. Switch to Boost and get an
And
unlimited
spinach
plan
leaves.
for $25 a month. Boost Mobile, unleash your power. New customers only. One line, $25 per month without a pay. Additional restrictions apply. See boostmobile.com for details.
Repair service for all American, Asian, and European vehicles. Plus light duty.
Tonight we're gonna have
quality that
tuna salad
and without dealer pricing with erautocare.com.
That's erautocare.com. You ever feel like when you're at work, everything you say sounds like this because you're completely unstimulated and you don't care?
But then, when you're talking to your friends about things you're truly interested in and passionate about, you sound like you're alive and loving every moment of it. Then maybe you should try podcasting with Spreaker from iHeart. It's the easiest way to podcast and get paid for it. Just head over to Spreaker.com, Spreaker, and start your voyage.
So again, hun, what we discussed about the money and everything, Michael wanting us to, save $50 back every month.
Q White Honda will help you pick out a new car from not only our incoming inventory, but from the inventory of
Don't bring it up.
other Honda sister stores. Choose from hundreds of new Hondas that are on the way.
When you talk to him,
so when
because
the time is right, your vehicle will be ready for delivery. Stop in or call and reserve yours today. Or consider a certified pre-owned Honda.
you don't need any more bad stuff,
Certified pre-owned Hondas through a 182-point inspection by certified Honda.
You don't need any more bad stuff right now. You're going through a lot.
Guys who've been thoroughly trained by the manufacturer and really know their stuff. And unlike other pre-owned Hondas that you can buy from companies like Carvana or CarMax, Q White certified Hondas are backed by the manufacturer with 2 limited warranties. So whether you are buying new or certified, shop Hugh White Honda or HughWhiteHonda.com,
So pardon me while
where
I go
Honda
quiet so I
buyers
can
and
eat real quick.
certified Honda buyers go to save.
Dragons are coming. Step back into the world of Game of Thrones with the new HBO original series, House of the Dragon, now streaming on HBO Max. Each week, return to Westeros for the inside scoop with the official Game of Thrones podcast, House of the Dragon. Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did. Listen to the official Game of Thrones podcast, House of the Dragon, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The legendary Dave Mustaine of Megadeth is bringing his radio show back to Gimme Metal.
Hello, this is Dave Mustaine inviting you to listen to the Dave Mustaine Show every Thursday at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern on Gimme Metal. So you
Which is
can
me.
chat with me and metal fans from all over the
Cut the
world.
foot brushed out.
Megadeth's new album, The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead, is out September 2nd. Catch Dave Mustaine every Thursday
Hello,
at
Kalika.
noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Download the free Gimme Metal app from the App Store or
Hello.
Google Play. That's GIMME Metal. Gusto doesn't build meditation apps. Gusto does payroll for teams who do. Gusto doesn't design video games. Gusto does hiring and onboarding for the teams who do. And Gusto doesn't feed the planet. Gusto makes sure the teams who do
What you
have
gonna
health
do?
insurance. Gusto does payroll, benefits, and
Blake,
so
you can't
much
seem to
more
make up
for
her mind here.
businesses who care about their people. Because when you take care of your team can do incredible things. Learn more at Gusto.com.
When you're in college, sleep is important, but thanks to your studies and busy schedule,
Hi.
you might not be getting as much rest as you need. That old mattress you've had since you were a kid, though, it's just not cutting
Whoa.
it. Upgrade
Hang
your
on.
sleep
Let me
experience
move
with a
that.
locally made, hand-built mattress from the original Mattress Factory. We offer a variety of mattresses, including twin extra long, to suit every comfort.
When she's
preference
moving
and
around on my lap
every budget.
like this, I have
And
to
we
watch
deliver right
because
to
make
you.
sure she don't knock
Visit
something
an
over.
OMS store near you, or go to originalmattress.com to learn more.
As a small business owner, the last thing you need are nonsense fees on internet and phone service. Spectrum Business doesn't have any of the nonsense fees other providers charge.
CenturyLink charges me a facility relocation cost recovery fee.
I have AT&T, and I'm paying an administrative expense fee.
Switch to Spectrum Business and get the best value for business internet and phones with no nonsense. Visit spectrum.com/business.
It's a fact. Most guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone, men from all over the area have been thrilled seeing the providers at the Columbus Men's Clinic. Men all the way into their 80s have seen their sex drive and energy levels jump-started. And you should know, lots of men have suffered with ED for years, but now, because of the Columbus Men's Clinic, they're able to enjoy sex again. Nath, one of our patients from Columbus, said, "At first I was a bit intimidated to visit the clinic, but the staff was excellent. They told me I was in the right place for me and could get help with the issues I was dealing with. Now I'm feeling better and performing much better, and I just want to thank the Columbus Men's Clinic.
Kelly, will you please lay down?
Myself again. Your first visit to the Columbus Men's Clinic is only $99, and that includes a consultation with a licensed medical provider, a testosterone panel of lab work, and all testing. Give the clinic a call at 614-300-7400. That's 614-300-7400. Or go to columbusmensclinic.com. That's columbusmensclinic.com to book your appointment today.
Sweetie, why don't you just lay down, please?
Best Labor Day sale ever. Get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin.
Lay down.
And save up to $700 on ceiling. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying purchase, up to a $4.99 value. Or shop Tempur-Pedic's best sale of the year and save up to $700 on select adjustable mattress sets. And get a $300 instant gift. With our Love Your Mattress Guarantee, get the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it. Only
Kalika, enough. Lay down.
See store or mattressfirm.com for details.
DQ presents how to experience the new DQ Reese's Take 5 Blizzard with your 5 senses.
Plus, I'm trying to get this stuff eaten so it don't go bad.
Reese's peanut butter cups, caramel, peanuts, pretzels. It's beautiful.
And I know spinach is definitely good for you. I think it's got like a lot of iron in it.
Now smell it with your nose. Oh, sweet top notes. And finally, taste it. Experience the new Reese's Take 5 Blizzard today.
Kalika,
It tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com. Delivery subject to availability.
will you lay down?
Order requirements. This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the
I can't pet you. I'm trying to eat. Baby, please just lay down. She's not happy anymore unless she's on my stomach now. I could do without your claws.
Hey everyone, it's Mike Golick Jr. introducing my new podcast, Gojo, tackling sports, pop culture, and whatever else you can think of. Download and listen to the newest episode from my show, Gojo, the podcast with DraftKings, releasing daily, Monday through Friday, wherever you get your podcasts. Hi, I'm Ethan Nadelman, here to tell you that we're in season 2 of my podcast, Psychoactive, where we talk about all things drugs. Cannabis and kratom, nicotine and naloxone, drug wars and drug histories, not to mention pleasure, pain, psychedelics, and placebo. My guests include researchers, politicians, celebrities, and activists. So tune in, turn on, and drop it to Psychoactive, available on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast.
Everything alternative.
The new Columbus Alternative, 105.7.
Finally done. I don't know if you can see her paw right here, but she's literally more or less at the top part of my stomach. She lays on me this really weird way anymore. Which I don't mind, her laying that way necessarily. Just I don't like when she's digging her claws into me. Are you still with us, Char, honey? You haven't said anything in a while. I hope we didn't lose her. All I can say is I'm sorry that, all three of us ladies seem to be going through our degree of SHIT, that excuse me. Yeah, you can see how fast it I ate it. Baby, you don't have to get down. I just wish you would lay down on mommy's lap or something so that it's more comfortable. And I'm wearing all black today. Here. There you go. There. Now you got some room. This is the only way I can lay. I can't, or sit here. I can't cross my legs very much because, I'll cross my legs a certain way, and then she'll decide that, okay, I'm gonna lay on mommy's lap, and then my leg starts going numb. So I will sit there for a long period of time in pain because I don't want to disturb her because she's sleeping. And yes, this is a green lid I'm putting on my Coke bottle. Something else cute that I've only done one so far, and because she's on my lap, I can't get up and get it to show it to you because it's on the altar right now. But I can still tell you what it is, and I think it's really neat. One day, me and here recently, a couple weeks ago, a lot of stuff's been happening by weekly increments, right? A couple weeks ago, because I don't want to. Whenever I use this again, I don't want the taste of this. But if Chris ever says, "Is there a teaspoon missing?" I'll be like, "No, it's right here," because I had a plastic spoon that I would use for a while, but then it finally broke. So obviously, I couldn't use it anymore. So I threw it away, and I was like, well, until I can find me another plastic spoon that I can use, then I'm just going to use one of our teaspoons. But anyway, so me and Maria was at Sam's Club, and we found these cute little kits that I know you're probably not going to be able to see the mold very good because I'm so far away, but again, she's on my lap, so I can't move. Here's the mold. It's got some edges on it. It's got an interesting shape to it, and it's rubber, And this kit was only like $10. You get a package of gold flakes and a package of silver flakes. You get 6 colored powders. There's a real pretty light green, there's a white, there's a light pink, there's a purple, there's a gold, and there's a blue. I think it's like malachite, some kind of powder, I put this napkin in here to set the mold on once I get it filled again. And then you have a bunch of little bottles here that have different colors that do coordinate with the 6 here. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So these are ink oils. Comes with 2 of these bottles. One of them is the casting resin, which is this one, I believe. And then the other is the hardener. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You have to mix the casting resin and the hardener in 2 separate cups, which come with the kit. But then you have to, once you mix them separate, after a few minutes, I think it's only like 3 minutes or something, then you got to dump them in yet a 3rd container and mix them together. And when you get to that stage, that's when you decide what colors you want to put in there. It also comes with Kalika, quit digging into my leg, please. Pair of plastic tweezers, so you can create like swirly related designs or something or another in it. Little tiny spoon, which I know you can't see it really. Tiny spoon. And that, I'm not sure if it's strictly for the powder or if it's for the flakes or what. But I ended up using it for the flakes. And it also comes with, and that one's, okay, you can't use that one again. Well, that end. Popsicle sticks. It actually come with a few popsicle sticks. And now that she's gotten up, I can get up and show you what the finished product looks like. Now, you do have to give it, I think it's 24 to 48 hours to dry. So once you dump the resin in and you got your colors in and you got your gold flakes in and you got your powders in and all that to create those beautiful colors, then you got to set it somewhere flat. So whenever you do it, make sure you're doing it on a flat surface. You set it somewhere flat, and when that 24 to 48 hours is up, then you can just basically peel it right out of the mold. It's really neat. Now they have a bigger version of this kit at Sam's Club that's $20. Now, when I get my check in a couple days, I'm thinking about getting the $20 kit. And the flakes that you put in it, whether it's silver, gold, or a little bit of both, which, you know, me being who I am, you know that I'm going to use both. Mica powder, thank you. Yes, exactly. So this is the shape that comes out. And, you know, it has two sides. It's, you know, pretty solid, pretty hard. I put some of the silver flakes in it and the gold. But then I ended up spilling some of it, so it's got weird pit marks in it. But that's not bad for my first one, because I've never done anything like this before. I've never had anything like this. It did come with a pair of gloves, but I went ahead and threw those away because I've got a whole bag of those little gloves that Maria brought me from work that you can basically stretch over your hands, but you got to be real careful because they rip easy. But this one, it's got, I went with kind of, it was like a gold and an orange color in it. Not just the flakes, because the flakes, like I said, I used some gold and some silver. But see the edges around it? So it does have edges all around. And when me and Maria happened to notice them, I was like, hey, those are kind of cute. So as far as like, I don't know, why is that still like that? That should not still be like that. Anyway, some of it got spilled. And the side facing up, I believe, is the side that was, you know, the side facing down is the bottom of the mold. But when you do the silver and the gold flakes, whichever one or both that you use, you got to put the flakes in first before you even pour the resin in it and all that. And you said you've done resin work, so you've got an idea what's involved. But, you know, I mean, I use like a little bit of each color. Yeah, exactly. You can get different molds, different places, so you can make some different designs, you know. And I can't wait for the next one that I make, because I might just do a solid color for like the overall color, and then just kind of, you know, play around with it until I find a way that I like, you know, a way that it's like, oh, I kind of like that color combination. But I was surprised that this came out the way it did, because I had mixed a bunch of the colors together, like literally every color of the ink. I think I put some of the mica powder in it, but I don't remember what color. But the bigger kit, the $20 kit, of course, obviously you're going to be able to do more. Hey, Kalika, you coming back up? Anyhow, I better check my critters here. Okay, Bunny's okay. Go in and check on my fairies.
Columbus Alternative 105.7.
Okay. That fairy's happy. Whoa! No, do not step on my computer, please. Jeez. Boy, Cat, I'll tell you, you have a hell of a fucking pick a hell of a time to get up here. Over here and get my other fairy. Okay. I've got some chairs out here that I sit down in. Anyway, it's okay, Kalika. I don't mind you being up here. You're really making it difficult for mommy. Well, she does that freaking walking around thing, and she does it for so many minutes it gets annoying. But I didn't wear a mask when I made the first one, but the next time I do, I will. I'll put on one of my masks. Okay, now she's going to go over and bug Daddy. Good, go bug Daddy. Leave Mommy alone. So this one turned out okay. It's kind of like, I call it like sun colors. But like I said, I ended up spilling some of the mold stuff because when I originally did it, I had my little table set up in front of me. So, of course, I can't have the footrest up when I do that. And I made the mistake of moving it after I got it poured and everything, and that's what I should not have done. So finally, I ended up managing to get it over to the table, the TV table, which you know where that is. And I set it there on the paper napkin, and I just left it alone for 24 hours and hoped that the cats would leave it alone. The cats didn't bother it. They left it alone. I was like, thank you, goddess. As a matter of fact, I know this is probably not something that somebody would think about, but I don't know what to do to fix to unsticky this one side. I'm just gonna put clear nail polish on it. Welcome to Janet's Project Hour. Because the best thing to do would be to get some kind of a, clear resin or something out at the store, something you could like paint over it, kind of like the puzzle glue, because once it dries, it's fine. But, getting it to that drying is the trick. So I'm just trying to do like, trying to get this covered with something. I mean, I thought, okay, now, something like this, what could you use it for? Then I thought, well, if you use the correct side, which I would use this side, you could use it as a coaster, to set a drink on or something. Definitely got to get me some more clear polish. Because this one side's like really rough, the side that I'm not sure why it ended up the way it did, but again, I can't say too much because it was my first time doing something like this. So depending on the situation, some of these kits are easy enough to do. You can have a good result, and then other times it's not so good. But for the most part, this one I think turned out okay. And if I, at some point, if I can get me like some clear, brush on stuff. Yeah, and that's another idea. I could sand it, but if I sand it, the only thing I would worry about is it would mess up the gold flakes and the silver flakes in it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that there, let it dry. Because it's clear nail polish, so it's it's just kind of like a quick fix. But anyway, so yeah, I've just been trying to do like little things like that. And at least with the bigger kit, you can, you're going to be able to do more. And you're also going to have more supplies. So it's going to last you longer. Yep. You're right. Hang on.
Discover new music. The discovery comes from the so-called Event Horizon telescope on Columbus.
I'll remember that and do that next time. Well, this particular kit only comes with the one mold. So the only shape that you're going to be able to do is that one. But another thing, the kit is it shows you can make jewelry pieces. I mean, granted, it's just going to be resin. It's going to have pretty colors and gold flake in it or whatever you want to do with it. But to me, it would still be kind of a neat gift. Yeah, sure, it's not a real crystal or anything like that. Exactly. YouTube videos. Check out some videos and see if they have one that has this kit or something similar. Because it's called Crystal Clear Resin. And right here, see the little jewelry pieces and stuff? You can do keychains and just all kinds of stuff. Yeah, exactly. You can do dried crystals. You can do, it's pretty versatile. But it just seemed like something fun, to play around with, to, pass the time, like on a day when I'm feeling creative, but I'm trying to take a break, for instance, from playing my Avakin, which, I still play entirely too much, and I know it. And not to mention all the rude-ass people you got to deal with on Avakin. Like, I almost went off on this one little bitch today that came on there. I had just started my shift in the cafe, and she came in there, wanted something, ordered something, whatever. I only saw bits and pieces of what she actually typed. But I almost went off on her because she's like, "You guys are too slow." And then she just left. And I mean, she was just being rude, little bitch. So I was about to be rude right back. And of course, it's going to star all that out. You go cussing at somebody, it's not going to allow that to be shown, but she'll get the idea. It's like, listen, you little SOB, little freaking SBH, slut bitch hoe. You don't come in here and act like that towards me. I didn't do anything to you, and if you're not making money fast enough, then stop playing the game. Either play it the way everybody is supposed to play it, or don't play it at all. And not to mention all the problems with this game, as you've witnessed yourself. It does things sometimes that are very annoying, that it freezes up, it kicks you out of the game. Like, you go to try and load the game, and then it just kicks you right back out again. A lot of times what I have to end up doing when it starts acting up, and it's having one of its episodes, then I have to shut my computer completely off, wait a handful of seconds, and then turn it back on, and then go through the whole process of going back into Avakin and, hoping that this time it'll load. This time it'll be okay. This time it'll, whatever.
or hit that talkback button on the iHeartRadio app.
But
The weekend turn up
on Columbus Alternative 105.7.
with Christmas coming, even though it's several months away,
All insurance and
Um,
nationwide knows caring goes a long way. Call 1-833-PROTECT.
it would be a way to make some signature, one-of-a-kind gifts that hopefully the people that I send it to or give it to or whatever will truly appreciate it and actually use it, not just, toss it aside somewhere and then not even ever look at it again.
Interesting people, places, and ideas. Discover the next Obama, or maybe the next LeBron James.
Because it's easy enough to take one of these molds and, even just to be different, just keep the resin clear. Don't put anything in it. Just keep it clear. Put in some little crystal bits. Put in some little herbs. You could turn this into a viable talisman or amulet or whatever that you can sit about your house and help bring in those good energies. Yeah, Brooke is still on, but I don't know if I don't know. It says there's 2, but no, I don't think so.
Uh-huh.
Nope.
Volkswagen, we believe in options. Not just
Him and his fairy poop, I'll tell you.
We give you options from start to finish. We're still by the airport.
Yes, I'm pretty sure we did.
Online. Or if you're a people person, our brand specialists are here to help. We know that options make the whole car buying experience that much better.
He got this lane brain idea one time. Fairy poop, and basically getting a resin similar to this to cast it in, to put it in or whatever, and put glitter. He wanted to feed our cats glitter so that when they went poo, it would be in the poo, and then he wants to seal that in something like this and call it fairy poop. And, make it I was like, whatever. He never did, of course. Well, there's your answer.
Hey, you want to go in on it with me?
No. Absolutely not.
You could be the exclusive UK distributor.
No, and no. Some more, you dumbass.
Shouldn't have to be cat poop.
Uh-huh.
Rabbit poop, that would be fairy poop. Deer poop, we could roll it in glitter
Jonathan Scott here to tell you
with deer poop, and that would be gnome poop.
So whether you're at home singing in the shower or prefer singing your heart out in the bathroom, you can save up to 23%
bear poop.
when you bundle your home and auto insurance with American.
That could be ogre poop.
Or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
Oh, yeah, you're hilarious.
But you would sell the shit out of it. I just put the laugh. That was funny.
Nope. Not doing it. Oh, God has helped me. Yeah. So aside from all that, but to me, maybe even the next one of these I make, I will take some little crystal bits and sprinkle them in there, and then maybe sprinkle some herbs or whatever, and like do a money drawing one, do some for good health, do some for like self-love, family love, friendship love, different things like that. Just kind of play with it, see what you can come up with. Because this bottle, this is a decent sized bottle, and only like that much of it's been used. So I've still got all this, but I had to take one of the popsicle sticks that came with it, and I had to literally screw the lid off. Thanks a lot, Bella.
Yes. 27cash.com is one of the largest lender networks with lenders across the credit spectrum. They can help anyone get up to
Oh, I'm breaking up. Sorry.
credit type.
There's a decent amount here, so if I do it right and do better from here on out, then that'll last a decent amount of time. And in a couple of days, like I said, when I get my check, I will be getting the $20 kit, because Maria wants to get a $20 kit too. Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard you said I'm breaking up. So, okay, hun, maybe I should just go ahead and end this now. Sorry about all the sudden breakup, where you can't hear me. But hopefully later you play it back and watch it through. You'll be able to hear whatever you're missing right now. So, love you. Blessed be. Tell the boys we love them. And hopefully, I'll come up with that significant way to make some money, just to have money to live on. And I will see you next time, hun, and I'll try not to make it so long, but yeah, I love the way you've been saying, when are you doing a live stream? Because then that'll encourage me. It's like, well, shit, what am I doing right now? I'll do one right now. So, love you, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.